Well, welcome to the next episode of our podcast, Indiana is Ag+Bio+Science. It's presented by AgriNovus Indiana and Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, the host of Inside Indiana Business, also the host of this weekly podcast where we have in-depth conversations with leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs in Indiana's Ag+Bio+Science sector, the sector where food, agriculture, science, and technology all converge. Today, I'm excited to sit down with Sonia Nofzinger Dasgupta. She's the Vice President of Commercial Strategy at EnviroKure, Inc. And Sonia, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
And I shouldn't say welcome to Indiana. You're from Indiana, from Goshen, but EnviroKure is or will be new to Indiana. Tell us about the company based in Philadelphia. Tell us about EnviroKure.
Sure. EnviroKure was started in 2011 to really start dealing with the problem that is created by excess manure from large-scale livestock production. And as we developed our technology, we've been able to really refine it and turn it into a nutrient / biologic that is really important for both conventional farmers as well as organic farmers. Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it. I think people in the ag community certainly understand, but talk about the need, the demand for this type of technology, of innovation.
So as we got started, we realized that one of the most valuable opportunities for rebuilding your soil and for providing nutrients is through the use of animal manures. Chicken manure, especially layer manure, is one of the most valuable overall, and because it has the most nutrients. It also has a biologic component naturally to it. When you compost manure, you magnify the benefits and you reduce the negatives, the potential for runoff. And what we've done is actually develop technology that is aqueous composting. So we're able to do what would take in a traditional compost pile between 9 and 12 months to do and be in a solid form, and you'd still have to put that down. We're able to do it in 3 to 5 days, and it is in a liquid form, so it can be utilized in all modern agriculture.
Mm-hmm. We've actually talked about biostimulants on some past episodes of this podcast with the Talpalina, Biodyne as well. The technology is out there, is talked about a lot. Why do you think biostimulants are so popular right now?
So biostimulant is kind of is very similar to saying fertilizer. So it's a big category, and there are many, many things that are kind of subcategories within that. They're all crop inputs, whether they're fertilizers or they're a biologic. But then as you start getting down, farmers are looking for ways to improve their production efficiencies, improve their bottom line, build their soils, and biostimulants are a new tool or a newer tool to be able to do that. Although manure actually is a biostimulant, there are many newer technologies that have come onto the market, and we are one of those technologies. We're a biologic amendment, liquid biologic amendment for conventional farmers, and we produce biofertilizers for organic farmers.
Where would you say a lot of developments, advancements? Where would you say research has perhaps come the furthest in being able to take and to use biostimulants and liquid biofertilizers in ag?
There's an opportunity for every farmer to utilize them. But because there's such a diversity in the types that are out there, and every farmer has a different situation. Just like every farmer, almost every farmer, utilizes a different set of crop inputs for their farm. They have, certain seeds that they use, and they use a different fertilizer blends. They use different pesticides and herbicides. Biostimulants are just another tool that they can use to build their soil, improve their plant health, and hopefully improve their yields.
As you look at EnviroKure, what's your how do you stand out in the market as you look at your technology, your innovation? Mm-hmm. How do you stand out in a very competitive marketplace?
Well, we've developed technology that harvests and transforms the nutrients and microbes from animal manures, and most specifically from layer manure, into liquid biologic amendments and biofertilizers, as I mentioned. That is a truly abundant waste stream. So we are able to come at it from two different standpoints. One is reducing the burden on the environment from excess use of the manures, but also helping farmers to improve their soil, enhance their plant health, and we've seen better yields. We've seen more resilient plants after weather-related issues, whether it's drought or heavy winds. Those plants are coming back and they're saving their yields. It's a long-term, a short-term and a long-term opportunity for farmers.
What's next in the pipeline in terms of innovation and R&D and those types of things?
We have lots of things that we're looking at. While we've commercialized using layer manure, we have the potential to, our patents, our IP covers use of other manures, so we're looking at those. We're looking at ways to modify our technology for to elevate the production of certain phytohormones that will enable us to address specific conditions that farmers may be facing.
Very interested in EnviroKure as a company, again, based in Philadelphia. Why the company chose Bluffton for this big investment?
We looked in Northeast Indiana, and then we were able to narrow it down to the Bluffton area. Wells County has been tremendous at reaching out in terms of economic development, in terms of introductions to other people in the community. But for us, one of the biggest factors are there are 30 million egg layers within 100 miles of Bluffton. And so we have our feedstock that we use to produce our products. And that was key. And then overall, Indiana is the crossroads of America. And Bluffton really provides us access to all the different transportation channels that we need.
As you look at Indiana as an ag innovation state, if you will, give me your perspective. You're a Purdue grad, right?
I
Purdue
am.
University grad. You're from Indiana. Give us your take on the ag innovation landscape and the potential that Indiana has to grow companies like EnviroKure and others.
As we started to look at places to expand, we looked across the country. Being based in the East Coast right now, we looked a little further west into Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, and what we found is something truly unique in Indiana. It's the access, the connections, the camaraderie within the community that was vital to our decision. The energy within the Ag+Bio+Science community is second to none.
Mm-hmm. As you look at recently, you joined AgriNovus as a member of the Innovation Council. As you look at that commitment, what opportunities do you see for EnviroKure to work more closely with AgriNovus leadership and other partners?
I feel that the outreach that agriculture can do beyond our community, our agriculture community, is very, very important. And AgriNovus is doing a tremendous job at reaching beyond the borders, if you will, of agriculture into the other sciences, into the larger consumer community, and helping to really bring all of those resources in. There's R&D, obviously it means research and development, but it also provides us an opportunity to look at innovations outside of our direct category, outside of agriculture in this case, looking in biotech, looking into healthcare, looking into consumer products, finding the innovations there and bringing them home to agriculture, putting our own unique twist on it and applying it to the problems that we are seeing in agriculture today.
As we wrap up, give us a timeline or where things stand with the project in Bluffton, what the outlook is for the arrival in Bluffton.
So we're very, very excited. We are looking to have the plant up and active in 2020. How does that happen? It's already 2020. And that will allow us to expand our production capabilities about 10x, and we can even double or even triple the production once we are in place there. That will allow us to do about 400,000 acres. And so we're very, very excited about that, and I think our customers are as well.
Very exciting plans, a bright future for EnviroKure, and that future, much of it will be here in Indiana, and everyone here is excited about that. Sonia Nofzinger Dasgupta is the VP of Commercial Strategy at EnviroKure. Sonia, thanks very much for your great insights. Very interesting story, and something that really affects the ag-bioscience sector here in the state of Indiana. So thanks for joining us on this edition of the podcast. Thank you all as well for joining us on Season 2 of Indiana is Ag+Bio+Science. It's a weekly production partnership between AgriNovus Indiana and Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
This podcast is a product of Inside Indiana Business, hosted by Gerry Dick, produced by Libby Fritz and Joe Ullery, and was recorded on location at Launch Fishers. More people get Indiana business news from Inside Indiana Business than any other source.